Hi everyone, and welcome to this session about manufacturing smarter with combined orders in SAP Cloud ERP, which is also part of our product expert training H1 2026. I'm Marcus, and I'm your presenter for today. So every manufacturer shares a common mission: take a plan, execute it flawlessly, and deliver. So across industries, so from discrete or process manufacturing to supply chain management. And this journey runs through a process known as plan to fulfill. And in context of this training, we are in the make to inspect phase and also in the line of business manufacturing. So what's cooking for today? First, I give you an introduction to combined production orders. Second, I show you a demo about combining whole orders. And then, last but not least, I move into our second demo use case of combining operations. But first things first, what is the real challenge? So in certain industry segments, for example, steel, paper, maybe the textile industries, but also the tools and special purpose machinery sectors, the same operations are used to manufacture different products. And here, this is the real challenge. The cost of running orders in isolation is very high because the production supervisors need to manage multiple production orders with similar processes, which leads to high machine setup costs, inefficient resource utilization, and raw material waste when production is run individually. But, of course, we have a solution for you. And here I would like to introduce our new feature, combined production orders. So how do combined orders actually work? If you look at this process, you can see or find 4 steps. First, identify, second, combine, third is the execution step, and then the last one is the settling. So when we start with the first step of identifying, the production supervisor then selects orders with the same or similar finished products and overlapping operations. Then we move into the second step of combining. So the ERP system actually creates a combined order that takes ownership of shared operations and also takes into account the accumulated components. The next step of the execution, the combined order then runs in the system with the shared operations. And then in the last step, upon the confirmation of the operations, the costs are distributed back then to the original production orders. So now, as you understand the process flow of combined orders, let's make or move into a concrete example. Let's assume you have 2 production orders. So one for customer A with 300 units and a second one for customer B with 500 units. And you have this shared production routing operations, so from 10 to 40. And this is the initial situation. So the classical, or before the order combination functionality, you had to produce this production order, and then you had to go through the second one, which requires 2 full setup cycles, which is very inefficient. Now with a new feature, and after the combination, you have a combined order with a total of 800 units. So remember the 300 and the 500. And as well, you have the shared operations. So you only go through a 1 setup cycle, which is very or more efficient to produce. But let's see this in my demo. Here in the Manage Production Orders app, you can see 2 production orders with the status created. You can also find the start and end date of the operations and the progress. And as you can see here, I have no issues with my production orders. Now moving on and selecting them, you can then see the options of my combined order functionality. And for our first use case, I would like to create 1 whole combined order. I have to select the order type here. I'm going to choose the first one. So by clicking on it, I can confirm, and then here also the order is already there. And with that, I created my combined order for my two individual production orders. I will copy this, putting in the information in my filter settings and clicking on Go. And now the system in a second will show me the combined order as well. Now I want to also include some new view settings. Here you can see the combination indicator and also the combined order information. And you can see for my two individual production orders, the combined order is indicated. And for the combined order itself, you can find the combination indicator, combination by order H here. And with that, I know this is my combined order. Going into the combined order and looking at the order items, I can find the individual production orders here with the item quantity of 5 and 11, which were combined in this order. And also the components are available, and also from the order schedule operations, they were also combined in this production order from 0010 to 0040. Now I move back to my Managed Production Orders overview, and if I'm not happy for any reasons with the combination, I can also cancel my combined order, or I can also remove individual production orders from the combined order if I like. In my case, I'm very happy with the combination, and I release it because I want to get it ready for production. And by changing the status here, so from created, we moved into the status released. You can find our 3 production orders again, and also here the last one is our combined one with 16 pieces, sorry. And you can see the status also changed for the individual production orders to released. Now in the next process step, I want to do a confirmation for one of the operations. I select the combined order. And going into this operation, 0010, I can see the quantities and also activities. And here I maybe want to give a little confirmation note, all good, and then I can post and complete it, or also just post it. In my case, I just want to post it. And then moving back into the Manage Production Orders app, I find our combined order again. We see the status changed and also the progress of the operation changed. We can also check the confirmation here, the confirmation number, which was posted. And here the confirmation 41356. I can find all the general information. Also can take a look at the quantities again. And yeah, with that, I'm at the end of my demo on use case number 1. Let's move into our second use case of partial combination of operations. Here in my example, we have a production order A again, and also production order B. And let's say we can combine operation 20 and 30 from both. So our combined order is then a combination of operation 20 and 30 from order A and order B. Because operation, let's say 10A and 10B might be unique, and that's the reason why we cannot combine them. So to be still efficient or more efficient in the production process, this is then the result of the combined order. But let's check that out also in a little demo. Here we're back in the Manage Production Orders app. I have selected 2 production orders, and as you have already seen, the combined order functionality here, I chose the operations or individual operations. I also have to check on the order type again. Here I chose also the first one again. And now, as indicated in my example, I want to combine 0020, so the testing, and also 0030, the packaging. And the final testing I want to exclude. So also here, For these two individual production orders, I have created a combined order. And when I include this here as well into the list and want to filter for it, I can see it. Here's our combined order. We see the open quantity, also the progress of operation. We're going to take a look at the order scheduling here. And here we find the combined operations, so 0020 and 0030. And also here we see, again, in the order items, the individual production orders where these combined operations come from. With that, I'm done with my second use case. For feedback or questions, you can always contact us via email under s4experttraining@sap.com. Also in the community, you can use the tag PET_enablement, and we all look forward to your questions and feedback. And with that, I just want to thank you. Use combined orders and stay fresh.